you were saying, Inferno, that this was INI's pick. I'm assuming that's the case again. And here we are, back on this first objective, this really, really tough objective to pull out. How are they going to get it? They're probably going to want to start, as usual, with grabbing that forward spawn.
Well, just an insider secret here. This is actually v586's least preferred map, at least from what Psycho told me. They might be better off now with their new player pickups, but yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. They're already off to a great start, though.
Bunga Bunga with that double kill right off the start with the grenade is really enabled this pushing to come in. Chicken Waffles didn't actually go up on the balcony at the start. He started preferring the underneath luggage push at the very start so he can actually clear up the first wave before trying to reach the balcony. And it did actually mean that they was able to clear it up. But that said, the plant has gone down.
Yeah, this plant has gone down in about no time whatsoever. If you look at how this map usually plays out, this first objective can take 10-15 minutes frequently to pull it off. So I gotta feel like v586 is feeling really confident about this plant, even if it gets disarmed at this point. At least having that plant down there, it does so much to pull your opponents out of position.
Dasset just let his engineer die before his very eyes, and that's pretty much the end of this objective right off the bat. Like, you sometimes if you have to sacrifice yourself. I mean, that NG would have got the defuse. If Dasset just body blocked, he would have totally had that. But man, v586 are up to just an amazing start, and I honestly got to pin it pointed on the medic work at the beginning there. I believe that INI actually killed most of their team, but they were all ungibbed, and those medics just came in, revived everybody, and just secured this objective so quickly.
Now this is interesting. We're actually seeing Team v586 take their time in actually pushing through this section. They're not just going to keep wasting the spawns and running through. They know that in any second now they're going to get this forward spawn, which is going to allow them to actually maybe catch INI off guard and get an early one. But Chicken Waffle come out with two amazing headshots, just as I say that, on Dracius and Bunga Bunga. But yeah, INI really needs to consider falling back right now, because they just got the forward spawn.
Same mistake for, but
what a grinder!
Oh wow!
They're not going to try this again. This will be suicide. No, they are starting to fall back.
But INI lucked out so much right there that, I mean, v586 made the mistake of canceling their spawn immunity. If they just got into a better position, they would have been fine, but they just immediately started shooting off the spawn and just instantly dropped to the floor. So much team damage, just so many tears shed. Wow.
This is an interesting position by INI on the road area. They've pushed really far forward, much further forward than you're used to really seeing on this map. You know,
we've never actually been able to witness this, actually, because in the previous tournament, no one ever made it this far. So this is actually really good to see. They're trying to make as far forward of a defense as they can possibly hold on to, which is really good, because if they can hold them here for a long time, then they're set. But actually, it looks like now they're falling back. But
yeah, this is gonna bite them in the ass here, as now it looks like v586 are taking the opposite angle, and INI completely out of position. They're able to get right on the objective, straight in there. Their soldiers, medics in tow.
It's all on Titan right now.
Here comes a plant. Linkster is making the plant happen. Titan goes down, and wow, we thought that v586 might have a slight edge here, but Ini would put up a great fight. But so far this is actually looking extremely one-sided.
Yeah, they're going to get the defuse, but it was so funny to watch Linkster there, halfway into planting the bomb, just cancels it and just, like, puts Titan out of his misery, just having there with Bunga Bunga.
Like, the first objective went down very quickly, right? But I'm also feeling like INI just kind of lost a little bit of confidence. They was holding that road area quite well. I mean, sure, it is a very risky place to hold, but you just saw them slowly fall back over time and not really go into any specific positions. A lot of teams don't get this far, to be fair, so maybe they're just not that experienced on the second objective, and it's going to be more of a little bit of a meat grind to try and hold it. It'll be very interesting to see. So far, they're doing an okay job, but they have lost the balcony and the MG nest now to 3 of the v586 players.
Yeah, and it's funny to watch Chicken Waffles in a duel with Bunga Bunga there. Just like straight up point blank rushing him with a sniper rifle, and unfortunately had a medic with him, ended up taking him out.
Lynx is on his own. He doesn't want to get gibbed out right now. That'll leave him on 24 seconds. What's he doing? He's been a little bit too aggressive. If only the INI guys went in to actually kill him out, that would have really messed up this next spawn wave and possibly bought them another 30 or 40 seconds.
There's got to be some sort of an unseen advantage that we're not seeing right now with Chicken Waffles on the sniper, especially because he gets the heartbeat sensor. That in most cases they can actually tell almost immediately which way v586 is going to be pushing, and you know, maybe they're not utilizing that to you know, to respond to it accordingly.
That would be cool if we could actually get that into a spectator function eventually, so we could actually see the heartbeat sensors effective range right now, because I think it's one of the things that we always miss as a spectator, right? This heartbeat sensor goes out all the time. We never know where it is unless you see him throw it in the first place, and we really don't see what advantage it gives, but it definitely does something. That said, v586 have cleared up the defense now and are putting the bombs down.
Yeah, it is so clear right now. Although Bunga Bunga is all by himself, he can frag really well, but 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4 isn't going to work his way, but the rest of v586 come to the rescue, and that is going to be 1 and 2 plants. Looking very strong, this position is for v586. They've got both objectives planted, and it looks like they're going to set a really good time here if they can pull these objectives off.
Yeah, it was a really messy attempted retake by INI, but maybe they'll be able to come out on top this time. That's not looking like it, though.
That turret from Lynx it places it in such strange positions, which on the when you first see it, you'll be like, that's never going to do anything, and then it always just catches one player out. It's hilarious to see. So right now we're seeing 4 men going up straight into the point. Matt just going for the fuse, goes down.
Instantly
this is no longer possible.
So yeah, I think we're seeing the time set.
And that's a damn good time as well.
What is that, 7 minutes nearly? 6 minutes and 50 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely a really solid time by v586 indeed.
It's funny because part of me wants to say that INI just never got a foothold, but they did, and every single time they got it, it was just broken through like it was not even there. I don't know what happened. I definitely expected there to be a little bit of a longer hold here. We're really going to be hoping for a really fast plant, because you can't really get much faster than what we saw on the v586 side. So
yeah, I mean, it might have just been lack of experience, because I'm sure that was probably the first time they've ever actually had to defend that point, really, like to that extent. You know, they're used to just only defending this first objective, and unfortunately, you know, the v586 players had a really solid opening push. And in most cases, you'll see those kind of pushes happen, but then failure to cover the plant or something like that. But 586 isn't going to make those kind of mistakes. There's no such chances.
So here we go into the second half of the first map of the Grand Finals. It's Initialized versus v586. 2 of Europe's best teams and 2 of the best teams in the world here for Dirty Bomb, the burgeoning young esports title that it is. And we're going to be watching as Initialized tries to beat that very impressive time.
5-man logo
just
push?
set.
Looks like it. Oh, it was ready for that.
Titan with the TK, unfortunately.
That's the 3rd one this match so far for Titan.
Yes, Titan quickly becoming his opponent's best teammate.
So we're seeing a fairly traditional setup, but we have got that turret down, which is actually, I think it's a position that you can't actually destroy or see from any other position. I'm just actually checking this out right now. That turret position might be the new strat of the century.
Well, it looks like it did go down. Traces with a triple MG kill. Wow.
I'm not sure if was INI able to get that forward spawn. It does not look like it.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I think INI's in a little bit of a tough place right now.
Yeah, you think?
It's certainly possible, but it really comes down to this first objective, right? I've seen many teams in the past, after getting this first objective, get the second objective within a matter of seconds, right? Just like straight run through. The spawns just was in their favor, and they managed to get the plant, and trying to retake that second objective is a very difficult thing to do. So, providing they can get this objective in the next couple of minutes, I wouldn't call it game just yet, but I totally agree. It's not looking promising right now. They need to pull out all the stops, and fingers crossed they can do something.
Yeah, this in particular is either one that you see held for just an incredibly long time or taken within the very first push. It's just kind of goes either way.
Chicken Waffles with a great opening frag. Bunga Bunga with a team kill. Still wiped yet again.
I think Matcha's gonna go clean up Bunga Bunga here. Might be getting himself a nice double.
Oh, no. Gets neither. Unfortunate for Matcha there, but also unfortunate for I, who are in a tough spot. I mean, they're going to have to plant on this thing, like, immediately if they even want a chance at pushing forward and taking the next two objectives.
Yeah, I almost, I'm not very hopeful for the second map, especially if I loses on their map, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be very demoralizing, so...
I'll tell you what, though, I wouldn't sell them short if they choose a Whitechapel either. I think Whitechapel is a map that they are fairly good at. Again, v586 are amazing on Whitechapel, but in the finals of the last cup, we did see v586 have a few problems versus Demon on Whitechapel, so yeah, you never know.
Yeah, we're seeing the takeover now and the plant go down, so if I is smart, they'll play this one out to their strengths. The bomb is planted in the easy cover spot.
Oh, and Tom got a full respawn. Lynx is going to get free access to that point if they're not careful.
Yeah, they're playing in a way that's not really covering the plant, but I think they're getting the kills, so I'm assuming this is going to be a
nice medic work for I. Keeping everybody up, keeping everybody alive, and they get the full wipe here.
See, I'm conflicted now. I don't think they should have taken that forward spawn. They had the point. They had all people on the point. They've taken a forward spawn. Hasn't actually drastically increased the chance of actually getting this objective, but it's made holding this next section so much easier for the defenders.
Yeah, they basically gave them a free spawn to set up on the balcony here, which they definitely did not want that to happen.
That's interesting. I haven't heard anyone say that they shouldn't have gotten forward spawn.
Well, just in the particular timing of it, you know, they basically, instead of having the chance where they would spawn at that side spawn and they could actually wipe them as the doors blow, instead they basically gave them a chance to set up on these balconies here. And this is a really hard choke point to break until you get that third spawn. So if anything, they basically gave away 60 seconds, which they direly need, especially if they want to win this.
Yeah, and look at this crossfire that v586 has on this objective. They're coming from both sides at different verticalities, and this is going to be tough to break for I, who still technically has a chance here, but they got to make it happen right here, right
Lynx
now.
And his turret,
and they're actually... Oh,
he's got like 3 or 4 kills right there.
They have broken through.
Alright.
Oh,
here we go, last chance. Last chance for I right here.
They have 12 seconds to push. If they don't capitalize on this right now, they're going to lose it. This is what they need.
Oh my god, Bunga Bunga. Definitely cooking that potato, throwing it at the right time.
Oh, Potty could have gotten a plant, but instead he went for the kills. That is really unfortunate.
Titan is still alive. He's going for the first plant. Maybe.
We're talking about 2 waves. We've got 2 waves to make this work.
With a minute 25.
3.
Oh man, they need all the love.
3 I can't speak. 3 v5-8 are all down right now, but can they actually capitalize on this?
All dead. 3 seconds. They gotta get both plants now.
Oh my god.
That turret delaying. Okay, so this is it. They have to hold on to both these plants to win.
Oh, this is going to be so close. I would not have thought that this was possible. I was trying to say it was before, but I wasn't feeling confident at all. But it looks like there's a chance that I might actually pull this off and actually be able to take a map from v586, and we'll find out in about 40 seconds time.
v586 is playing this so carefully. They got to keep Lynx alive. Lynx insta-get by Titan.
Oh
my god. This is it. Here we go.
Last wave.
If
this
is what it comes
down to.
Holy shit.
With the miracle push
here comes Lynx again. Lynx is down.
Lynx is gibbed.
Lynx is gibbed. This is it.
That's it. That's game. This. Oh my god.
I with the most ridiculously... What the fuck? I mean, I think that's the only way to describe it. How did that even happen?
I'm at a loss for words, man. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I don't know how I was able to push in and get so many frags, get so many gibs that they actually cleared the objective. There was a point where only 1 or 2 of them were left alive, but that is all you need to get the plants, and they did so.
This is exactly what I called.
How did that happen?
This is exactly what I called the second objective on terminal. Honestly, if you try and hold that second position. So in this case, taking that forward spawn really helped them, because if you try and hold that for too long and you get caught out of position like they just did, they went in there with 2 players down right at the start and was able to at least get a foothold there, and then obviously the next wave, plant 2, blow 2, and win the match. Wow, the rotation
that is literally as clutch as you could ever possibly get.
Like,
I've never seen anything like that happen, and they've done this consistently. Like in previous, in the last tournament, they have done this consistently where you're like, oh, they've lost. Like there's no way, and then they win in like the last second, or they get so close. I mean, that was just amazing to watch.
And versus v586. Wow. Well played to
v586. I mean, this is like one of the first losses v586 has experienced. Like they're definitely. Yes. And we all know how Lynx gets, shaking in his little Finnish boots. I mean, they're gonna have to bring it back now. You know, no room for mistakes.
Wow, but again, like the shoes on the other foot now. If anyone can bring this back, it is v586.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just glad that we got a game like that right off the bat. It couldn't have been any better. Like,
no,
that was just that was great.
All right, so we're moving on to Chapel, which is up next for these 2 teams. I think you mentioned that, you know, this is the pick here for v586, but as far as picks go, Innie is pretty comfortable on this map.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with Chicken Waffles. Chicken Waffles is just, he loves this map with that sniper rifle. And if you're going to die from out of nowhere, it's going to be to Chicken Waffles, right? So, yeah, I think it's a strange map for them to choose. I'm surprised that they didn't maybe go for Underground like they did versus Demon. Maybe they lost a little bit of confidence with how close that game was. But, yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see Chapel as a pick for v586.
I'm still in disbelief. I can't believe what we just watched. That was insane.
Yeah, that was pure insanity. Literally within just 20 seconds,
it just all turned around.
All the action seemingly, like the game seemingly was over. 20 seconds, everyone's dead. They get the double plant. They give out Lynx twice in a row, and it's just impossible for v586 to win. It's just, I mean, wow.
And we're jumping into it in just a moment here. But, you know, I told Raziel before the event, I said, I just hope we have games that rival how great the games were last week, because they were so awesome that I actually didn't think it was going to happen. I'm like, you know, we'll have some good games hopefully, but it's not going to be as good as last week. Well, that just completely changed my mind. 2 plants go down within the last couple of seconds here. Pretty insane stuff. Chapel is the next map, and v586 are on attack here. What can they do to get this objective up? Again, they're not going straight for building it. They want to set up a little bit more. Again, with that turret in a nice position, Lynxer has it up. Lynxer is building the objective up, and I are in no position to stop this either. v586 have pushed forward and have the bridge pretty much on lockdown. Yeah.
I just want to quickly talk about Lynxer. Like, Lynxer is literally just showing, like, for almost ever now, as long as I've been playing the game, it's almost always been considered that Proxy is the engineer pick, right? Lynxer's just been going with Bushwhacker, and he's been making it work every single time. Maybe this is because people don't expect to be playing versus a turret as well, but he's just making it work for him, and just some of his positions are outstanding. So I just wanted to say to anybody out there that is joining a team or starting a team or whatever, don't write Bushwhacker off just yet. Just watch a few games with Lynxer and
oh, wow. Bunga Bunga with the flank here. Bunga Bunga has help. He has help as well. Will he actually be able to get the Gibbs, though? He isn't able to get the Gibbs, which means revives come in, and that flank could have been so big, so huge, but it was actually a non-factor.
Yeah, both teams playing really well right now. I mean, we're definitely going to be seeing some really, really solid Dirty Bomb gameplay.
Unfortunately, the EV cannot be stopped where it is because of the bridge above it. But a few more steps forward, and it could be possible. Outside with a huge double.
I don't even understand how they didn't even see that airstrike coming. I mean, Outsider threw that right over the top of the overhead bridge here.
Yeah. Oh, it's 2-on-2 right at the objective right now. And it's I that looks like they're coming out on top. So this objective is moving, and they're trying to push it past this dreaded hallway where if that EV gets stopped, it is so hard to get it going.
Yeah, here comes the airstrike.
It looks like it's going to get stopped finally by this airstrike. Yeah, and that EV's done. It's dead.
Lynx actually went around the side to fight.
Yeah, Lynx are cut out of position. It's gonna buy them a little
Tom's
bit of
still
time.
gonna get it up
NG
though.
don't.
Yeah, I got full wipe. They're all dead. So that EV is going to have another chance to get up here.
You really just need to turn this corner as soon as possible, and then really just hope that they don't get it stopped in this last section next to the elevator, which is word I know through experience that every team likes to fight, right? You want it to be taken down just in front of the elevator, and they've taken the first corner.
And wow, I just keep getting these full wipes. They're getting so many kills on... oh, sorry, v586, I should say. I is getting killed. All of them went down.
These airstrikes are hitting
Triple
everybody.
kill!
Whoa.
Outsider, it's just like, man, his airstrikes are on point right now.
This should be it done, unless they can actually throw an airstrike as they spawn. Don't think it's going to be possible. It's looking like it's done. Maybe they pull out an arty. Did they? No.
We've said it before,
when
even if v586 has such a upsetting loss, like in the first round, they're the team that's going to collect themselves and they're going to win the next one. Like
Definitely.
They do not let it get to them at all.
Now, that said, a lot of people put an awful lot of emphasis on the EV section, but we're now on to the carryable objective section, which, again, is one of the hardest ones to objectives in the game to attack on, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm actually over at the rock now to see where they go for the defense.
Caught out of position.
Look at this. It's a 4-stack coming
there
from the left-hand side, and it's Lynxer with the objective as usual.
Oh,
let's go ahead and
need to
watch
get
as they
set up.
push through. Where are I&I? Where are they?
They didn't get into position at all. They never really set up a defense. They was all over the shop. And now Titan's about to go
Here
down
comes a
as
big
well.
airstrike.
Chicken
Here comes
waffles
airstrike right now.
one.
Matcha.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
But Outsider answering with another airstrike of his own. I swear, at the end of this game, Outsider's kills is going to be like 90% airstrike kills. I don't think he's even shot anybody with a bullet yet. This guy. Alright, so this is INI's chance to set up now, yeah. Like, the thing is that they had plenty of time to fall back and set up their def, but I don't know what it was on their side. Maybe just lack of comms, you know, the fact that they're getting pushed so hard all of a sudden. But yeah, hopefully they set up well on this, now that they have the time. Take a breather.
Chicken Waffles looks like he could get picked if he doesn't move back, which he has decided to do. Just waiting for one of the sniper picks.
Yeah, it's a 3-2 split here for v586. 2 coming from the low end, 3 coming from the high end. Bunga Bunga pushing straight in, trying to distract and push people out of position. I think it worked. Everyone on INI is kind of splitting up, like running around like a chicken with their heads cut off. Now they're all right on the objective. Actually, another airstrike could do insane damage here. But it's v586 that's getting taken down like crazy.
Yeah, Drasus with a flank there. Everyone was caught off guard and came and cleaned out those 2 dudes. The thing is, right now I'm feeling that I don't agree with Titan's positioning with Fragger. I mean, I get it with the double Fragger meta that works, but I think he needs to be on the objective right now. Yeah. That is not working for them.
It's just too easy to be caught out by us.
Okay, I just gotta say, hats off to Outsider. Like, people are gonna be asking for airstrike nerfs very soon. It's just hitting every airstrike.
See, look, Titan needs to do something. He's letting them take the objective. He let them take the objective.
I'm blown away by the efficacy of these airstrikes right now, and maybe that's actually why v586 chose this map. They know how powerful they can be when placed right, and they are placing them oh so well.
Oh, it's really strange to watch. Like, I think that maybe this one Merc rule is going to show that maybe on the final objective of Whitechapel, you don't want 2 fraggers on defense. Maybe you do want an airstrike and 1 on attack as well.
Yeah, because I mean, in most cases, you never see airstrikes get any kills in high-level competitive matches. But I mean, I guess in this such a high-pressure game, and I mean, really, if you do throw airstrike, it forces them either to die to the airstrike or fall all the way back to the objective transmit point. Unfortunately, I think there's just so much action going on. They're not as aware as they are usually.
I think Chicken Waffles has been placing himself in some really kind of strange positions. He keeps going up into that middle section where the bridge is to try and snipe from and getting picked off quite early on.
Yeah, really, I think what they need to do right now is move Titan to objective and put Chicken Waffles on that balcony. Chicken Waffles will buy them a lot of time sniping.
Why are they still there? Why are they still there?
Yeah, can we see an airstrike right here? They're going for the objective.
Lynxer's going for it. Chicken Waffles, nice.
Wow.
They need to take this back,
dude.
and
wow.
Fast.
Whoa.
Chicken Waffles just saved them the game right there.
Oh, the revives are real!
What?
The revive war is going on!
That is a hero medic! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What
Well,
just
that's
happened?
it right there. Full 180.
Wow.
Entire team's dead. Ungive. I don't know which medic started that. Revives the entire v586 team right there at the objective, and they get the transmit. Crucial mistakes were made. Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that
Well-
medic play was absolutely superb at the end there.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
the
was-
decision making on the medic side when you have to decide whether you want to go for the frags, run away, or heal your teammates. You know, they just made the right choice there every time. And a single bullet was probably the difference between life and death for those medics. Like half the time they're getting those revives. So pretty insane, pretty fun. I love it.
So the time
Yeah.
that was set is 7 minutes and 16 seconds, which is a good time. It's not by any means an unbeatable time. We have seen Matt's last 5 minutes or 4 minutes on Whitechapel before actually a team can finish. So I are still definitely in this. It's going to be an uphill struggle because we know how much v586 love Whitechapel and being able to just stop that EV constantly. But
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to this EV objective. If I can do the EV equally as fast as v586 did, then I think we're going to be seeing like a very close game again. But it's all going to depend on this EV.
And here we go, jumping into the second half of Game 2 of the Grand Finals. Again, INI is up 1-0 currently with a huge upset in the first game of this series. But now it is up to v586 to play some defense and hold on to this map, their map choice. And I think they're going to be able to do it here. I mean, they set a decent time, so it's going to be tough for INI to take this back. Although, that said, Matja is able to get this objective up as quickly as possible, pretty much. Basically building it from nothing all the way up almost immediately, and it's moving pretty consistently here. Although a couple of v586 are not next to the objective. Let's see what
Chicken Waffles on point with those snipes. Unfortunately, not headshots, so they're all getting revived. But buying his team a lot of time, just doing a great job with that sniper so far.
like,
Yeah.
I don't want to sell INI short right now, right? But what we've seen from the previous map and what we've seen from the first half of this map is they are not killing as effectively as what v586 are. So I like the idea of just literally just trying to force somebody to dodge around that EV at all times to at least get this EV done at some point and soon. Like they seem less focused on trying to kill the enemy and more focused on just keeping the EV moving, and I think that might be the right strategy for them right now as well. So let's see
There
how
was
that goes.
a hilarious moment where Titan and his medic were basically crossing swords for at least a solid minute. I'm surprised they didn't TK each other. There was so much team damage. Like their player models were literally merging. Oh, but they're doing. Oh man, they're in such a good place right now. This is exactly what they want to happen. I gotta say, yeah, I gotta say, Matja is playing NG really, really smart right now.
Yeah.
All right, so they're moving this EV straight on down. It's already out of the danger zone where it's really very difficult to get it moving when it's kind of stuck around the corner. But they've moved it a little farther forward, which is decent for INI here. And they're actually making great time, to be quite honest.
This brute
Yeah.
force, I almost feel like it's unintentional, but, you know, everyone knows Bunga Bunga is all about getting those spawn grenades. But INI just, like, bunny hopping their way right out of spawn, just pushing it, and so aggressive, and it's
They're
working
going to get
so
it up
well.
again. It's just constant, just a few steps at a time, and they're actually looking to set a fairly equal time to v586 if it doesn't go down too much from now on. But then again, it's straight down again. Them airstrikes just seem like the constant.
Well, like I said pre-game, v586 is probably more in tune with rotating. There's obviously, since we're on one Merc rule, they Skyhammer up at a time. But they definitely have at least 3 players on rotation with that Skyhammer. Actually, let me see.
No.
Well, actually just 2. But
No, they've
still.
got 3.
Oh, they do have 3? Yeah, so it is 3. So they're really rotating those Skyhammers to maximize that disabled potential.
Look at this flank from INI. They came all the way around the long way. And let's see if it works out for them here. Looks like it
With a
has.
direct
I
grenade
saw that as
just
well.
sends Tom flipping backwards, Matrix style. Wow.
I don't know
Those
what
direct hits are always awesome to watch.
All right, the EV's moving, and they've got to keep it moving if they want a chance here. They're a little bit slower so far. v586 had capped the EV objective at around this time in the last half, So they're running a little bit behind, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a chance here. They definitely do. If they can keep this going, then they're going to be right there in the game.
We just got Lynx with Sniper. What can he do? Can he delay long enough?
Oh,
Here
no,
comes the airstrike. Matt, John, no!
Matt, no, what are you doing?
Why? Matt just let that airstrike disable the EV. I mean, he can probably get it up almost instantaneously again
it's
if
still
he's got
10
protection.
seconds
But
that you don't want to lose.
if you move that, inch that EV slightly forward,
And
they
Titan
would have been
killed
completely
him.
immune to that airstrike.
Titan just killed Matt as he was repairing the EV.
Oh,
She's
Titan.
added another 20, 30 seconds onto the time. And in fact, it's longer than that. They've allowed v586 to get another grasp. And the engineer gets taken down. Not gibbed, luckily. By
The EV's not in the worst place. It could be worse for them. But I feel like if they make a good coordinated a good spot, but really taking down, they're going to get 2 instantaneous transmits. But after that last game, you know, nothing's off the table for I&I.
But just to put it out there right now, if Titan did not kill Matt as he was repairing that EV, we would have had v586 all stuck in that corner next to the elevator at that time, which would have given them the chance to actually complete the objective outright. That one little mistake has literally added minutes onto the completion time of this objective.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing we see time and time again with I&I, though. They're in like they're making such a great comeback, you know, when you don't expect it to happen.
Chicken and
There's just,
waffles,
like, little things like
chicken
that.
And waffles. He's taking the
He's lined up.
I'm liking this play by Chicken. He's trying to back rage a bit.
Sniper versus sniper. Lynx are facing off against Chicken in the most ridiculous duel we've ever seen. Lynx are coming out on top, though. Lynxer and Chicken Waffles, the only 2 players that ever snipe in these high-level competitive matches. You'll never see it from any other team.
And they're going to be loving it soon when, apparently, according to the forums, we are going to be seeing a reverse on the sway mechanic for a little while, or at least a change to the mechanic, so...
Yes, biggest advocates against the scope sway on Sniper. Yep. I'm just afraid to see what's going to happen when it's removed. They're just going to be dominating, most likely. They're already doing really well already, so...
Okay, so right now with 1 minute 15, it takes, I think I counted it as a proxy 23 seconds to actually run the objective to the point from the actual spawn. So, it's not looking promising right now. Let's be honest, 50 seconds left. It looks like v586 have got this in the bag. I mean, even just the walk up to the EV right now is gonna just tip that time over the edge.
Yeah, this is almost a secured win for v586, but I think we were all wanting to see a third map.
Oh, definitely.
And what this third map is going to be, train yard, question mark, underground, or it's going to be a coin toss. So I feel like if v586 gets it, they might go for the underground. Not entirely sure what the map of choice is going to be for the other team, though.
I think it might be underground.
Yeah.
I hope we're going to underground, personally. I do.
I'd like to see... well, I'd love to see Bridge, to be honest, a map that we haven't seen played in the competition so far. Just because we haven't seen it played, you know?
Yeah,
but, I don't know, I like Train Yard, especially for competitive. It's such a tough match to fight on. I suppose the problem is with Train Yard is you can, when teams are so equally matched, end up with 15-minute waits at the start for...
That is true.
Full holds, so I don't know.
I do think that Train Yard would be the ideal map for the tiebreaker for the grand final.
Yeah.
However, I'm expecting it to be underground, but I really hope it's Train Yard. I think Train Yard will be much better to watch.
I agree. Because we could end up like we did last week, which was an epic final, like, without a doubt. But there was, like, what, 7 or 8 minutes on each half where you just constantly just, like, walking into a brick wall for the attacking team on that final objective.
Yeah, exactly. And once again, Chicken Waffles pretty much foot to foot with v586's Fragger. I mean, Chicken Waffles has been consistently one of the top fraggers of every game he's played so far. Yeah, he's doing amazing.
Chicken Waffles almost double the amount of kills as the fragger on I&I.
Yeah.
And I do want to make a quick reminder, folks. If you're watching on Twitch right now, you'll see a subscribe button below the stream. If you want to support Dirty Cups and everything we're doing with these weekly cups, do make sure to hit that subscribe button. Again, every single dollar you put towards that subscription is going to go directly into supporting these events. There's also a direct donation button below the stream if that's more your thing. So looking forward to future events, you know, maybe building out some better graphics for the stream, maybe getting some better technology for the stream as well, maybe multiple points of view, maybe prize pools. All these things are possible if we have the support of the community, which I know we do. Thank you all for watching. We're moving on to map number 3. It's v586 versus Initialized. 2 of Europe's best.
We just got a new sub as well, so props to that dude. And yeah, I mean, this is a community
sub hype,
community founded cup. You know, community taking initiative on this, and it's all about building a better community for Dirty Bomb and growing it. So, you know, everything's appreciated.
Whoa, we got three subs right there. Boom.
Hot damn, sub train hype.
Thank you, Dismal626. Thank you, Sagan.
We need somebody raising those Vappas. Raise those Vappas.
That is a great emoticon, by the way. Nicely done. All right, so we've got a coin toss. I did win that coin toss, so it is I's choice. And Underground, we're going to my favorite map, the most exciting map in Dirty Bomb right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Underground, like we predicted.
And it looks like v586 is going to choose to attack first. We've got even another sub. Damifius has subscribed to the channel. Shoutouts to everybody watching, regardless if you subbed or donated. We love you all for tuning in, checking out the stream, supporting Dirty Bomb, and most importantly, supporting hardcore first-person shooters in competitive gaming.
Yes, and throwback actually to the last grand finals from the Dirty Cups, the first cup from Dirty Cups, Underground for the last map. Unfortunately, we're not seeing Train Yard, but Underground, you know, we've seen some really exciting games on Underground, so hopefully we're going to see it again. And this time, we've got Chicken Waffle Sniper, we've got Link Sniper for opposing teams. So if they make it to that last objective, you can guarantee you're going to see some sniper clutch action.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm kind of hoping that we actually see a really fast plan on the first objective by both teams. It was so exciting to see the revive trains coming out last time, the grenade spam, just everybody in there just killing out over the top of the C4. And yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah, this could go any way at this point, so I'm hoping it's going to be an exciting one.
I guess we're live. I don't know.
Definitely live. So I is setting up fairly default defense. Actually, no, it looks like they might be going for quite a far back defense. Nobody went onto the roof. They basically given v586 the roof right off the start, which is never a good thing to do. And now v586 are in a very good position for this first opening attack.
Yeah, that they are. Moving straight on in, going straight for the plant they are as well. And the plant will go down just barely there. But it is down, and that means that the pressure is on I to defuse this thing. They don't have an engineer in the room right now, and there are a bunch of folks falling through the ceiling for v586. So this first objective, again, every time we watch it, it seems to go ridiculously fast.
Yeah, I mean, we've got I here. Like, Chicken was trying to tap at that objective, just peck at it, but, you know, without that engineer, it's kind of a lost cause with those guys on the roof. v586 is in it, and they're playing extremely aggressive. Like, they do not want to lose right now.
So there's still a slim chance that they could get... No, there's no engineer up.
Yeah, match
objective is done.
Thing shut down.
That was destruction.
v586 in the flex zone right now. We're gonna see if I can actually set up here and not make the same mistake as they did previously on whichever map it was.
Chapel.
I
think
Chapel,
Terminal.
Yeah, Terminal. At this point, I think they're more aware of when the spawn point moves forward, so they need to buy all the time they can get.
So here we are moving down the stairs, and again, this is such a crucial moment in every single time we watch this map. This hold right here is so important for the defending team because that spawn point does move forward at a certain point, and you have to be aware of that. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught with your pants down.
Bunga Bunga with the nades that are making it work.
Yeah, Bunga Bunga. Nades on point. I've never seen him miss a nade. Potty going hero mode on his heal station. Potty and Titan holding on to this, but actually now the spawn point is getting really close to moving up.
I'm
I think they're aware of it.
I'm so afraid for INI. You
They're
gotta
aware
pull back,
of it.
guys.
Yeah, they definitely are.
They're starting to fall back a little bit now.
Chicken Waffles, I think he's going to try and get a spawn pick. See how it works out for him. He's actually getting shot at.
Oh, Bunga with a nade from
Nothing
heaven.
but net. Dunks Chicken Waffles with that over-the-wall nade. He knew it.
Titan replies with a nade of his own.
Oh, that was pretty hilarious to watch there.
I'm not liking these positions where they're trying to hold this.
Well,
it's working out so far.
Though. Yep.
Full wipe there. Really nice work.
Oh no, like it works, but it's one of them positions where if they all went down the elevator now, they would be screwed.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's so risky. Like you better be dying at a good spawn time, otherwise you're gonna get a free plant.
Yeah.
But I mean, they need this time. You know, they lost that first objective so fast that they're doing everything they can get to run the clock down.
And
Here comes a big push.
Yeah, v586, they're positioning in the ceiling as well, so they're coming from multiple angles and down the staircase all at once. And every single member of v586 is still alive. They're pushing straight in. They're going for the forward generator build. And yeah, they're successfully killing out a whole bunch of INI here.
Yeah, v586 just floods the control room. They're going to close those spawn gates, and INI didn't really respond very well to that. Well, they still got time. I mean, obviously, v586 is taking it slow.
Well, look at
that generator.
This flank attempt here by Tom and Bunga.
That grenade doesn't connect.
Uh-oh. I'm liking this position by Tom and Bunga. You've got a medic and you've got your soldier. You've got one of the best fraggers we have in the game of Dirty Bomb right now. They're also planting on the objective in almost record time. Under 5 minutes could be the time set here if this plant goes off properly.
Yeah, they're choosing to actually defend this from control room, which we usually don't see. But they have such dominance over that left side of the map that they can easily hold on.
Here comes an airstrike
in a perfect spot as well.
Oh, that's a very
Snyder.
That is a very bad-mannered place to place the C4. Have you seen where they put it?
Yeah, they are putting this down for full just hold from the control point. I mean, I don't see this getting defused at all.
Yeah, that's an interesting spot. Yeah, I like that.
It's the second best place you can plant it. I think Lynx was afraid that he was going to get sniped by Chicken Waffle, so he went for like the cover plant. But it's working out just fine. Yeah.
And there you go.
That's gonna be it. 10 minutes left, so that means a 5-minute attack. Was that?
It was very fast. I mean, I think v586 is making up for that upset loss in the first map. So, yeah, but the
actual oh no, I take it back. No, I was right. No,
exactly 5 minutes.
Yeah,
but that's actually longer than it took for this map to. That's a longer time set that we've seen in previous matches today. So INI, we can't count them out here, even though they lost that first objective so quickly against v586. We can't count them out because that second objective, it could have gone slightly faster for v586.
You know, I think that at this point, v586, if you notice, they switched Lynx off the sniper to something more assault mode, and just because you're playing underground, it's very, very close quarters, and I felt like Chicken Waffles just getting overwhelmed throughout the entire game, to the point where I almost think he needs to change defense. But for offense, he's going to be having to hit some insane shots to make his weight worthwhile there. But I was just going to say, I think I blamed that last objective for the most part to obviously their lack of response once they lost the stair choke, but they all went to that right side, and v586 had such a dominant presence there. They didn't even attempt to go to the objective themselves, even before the gate.
All right, Chicken and Waffles is setting up on the right side balcony with the sniper. Let's see if he can get any picks there.
Outsider, you! Outsider just going to town, gets another K off that, but Outsider's airstrikes are I've never seen anybody with, like, can you aim an airstrike somehow better? I don't know what it is, but he is not missing those airstrikes.
Well, I like that. That's a really sneaky airstrike position. What you do is you basically run into the objective area and throw it on the floor underneath the open window, and you get a nice clean line right through the center every single time.
Yeah, it's probably the most underutilized ability on this map, just because it's hard to get airstrike kills. But obviously, with how much teams are really liking controlling the rooftops, gets them right by surprise right off the first spawn. It's great stuff.
Right. Well, this is an absolutely terrible start for INI right now. They are nowhere near to getting a plant down on this objective, which bodes very poorly for them. They need to get this objective down as soon as possible. Otherwise, their tournament lives and the grand final prize are a distant memory.
Yeah, as people are saying, we need to collect donations for INI's headphones. They need more pro gamer headphones to hear those airstrike audio cues. Pretty loud.
Well, to be fair, currently there is a few issues with the airstrike system where there's a maximum number of sounds that can be played at any time, and if that amount of sounds is playing, the airstrike one is either delayed or cancelled out completely. So there is such thing as a silent airstrike. Not saying that's what happened then, but you can never count it out.
There is, I think, Outsider definitely understands sneaky airstrikes there. So he actually threw the airstrike, I think, on the lower floor, so they didn't even see it coming.
2 minutes and 55 seconds left. They need to get this plant and almost immediately make their way down the stairs if they want to actually make this work. It's not looking too good at this moment in time.
I mean, v586 know that they have such a huge lead. They're just playing hyper aggressive. Really, they could just go one by one in, going for kills, and just delay them as long as they possibly can. Bunga Bunga, just going ham. Nade kills, spawn camps. I'd say v586 is gonna retain their Dirty Bomb champions.
It's looking very promising right now. Literally, they need to get the plant in the next few seconds to actually have the chance of rotating instantly. But regardless of what happens right now, this has been like literally the match worth waiting for. I am watching that upset on Terminal was just amazing, and it does get the plant down finally.
Yeah, regardless of, I mean, most likely they have lost this, but regardless, they delivered one of the best matches that the game has ever seen, by far, so.
Yeah, for sure.
And there has been sections of greatness even in this right now. Underground, not so much. It was probably the most one-sided that we've seen them play versus v586. But even on Whitechapel, like, the amount of fight that they put up and the amount of pressure they put on during the attack at the start was commendable, to say the least, and I definitely think that we're going to be seeing a lot more finals and semi-finals with INI in future.
I think if INI keeps minimizing, like INI has done much better this tournament, and I think if INI keeps improving, they reduce those team kills, those mistakes, I think they'll be in a really good spot to contest v586.
Maybe once they have Prophet as well, who I was told is their shot caller.
They do have more players on their team, which are probably some of their strongest players as well, and they're not in this cup, so definitely for the next one, keep an eye out for that.
And there you go. That is gonna settle it here for Dirty Bomb, Dirty Cup, Test Cup number 2. This is gonna finalize it with v586 taking two cups in a row, so easily solidifying themselves as the best team right now in Dirty Bomb, in all of Dirty Bomb. Not to say that they don't have some competition. Demon put a great fight up last time we saw a cup. Of course, INI put up a great fight in this cup as well. So it's nothing is settled in any shape or form when it comes to the future. But for now, v586 has solidified their position as the #1 team. And what do you think? What do you guys think that they were able to do in this last map that really just kept INI out?
Well, I just thought they were overwhelming them for the most part.
Well, I'm basically going to say the same thing. I think Underground is probably the least tactical map in the whole game. Right? People think it's tactical because there's so many different angles and positions, but really Underground is a map which is won on wipes. Like, it's all about just being able to just overwhelm and just swarm and zerg a position. It's all very tight quarters, and v586 are very confident in their individual skill levels, and I think that's what made this probably the safest pick for them. And to see that it was actually INI which picked this map is kind of crazy. I
mean, I can tell you the reason why for that. It's just because if anyone's ever played against Bunga Bunga on Trainyard, his spawn nades are possibly the most brutal on Trainyard. He will get those spawn nades every time. The thing is that I think that INI picked Underground possibly because they were used to the old v586, but now that they have 2 new players, Outsider, I mean, they're very pleased with Outsider as a new pickup for v586. I guarantee it. All the airstrike kills he was getting, just phenomenal. But I think, honestly, I almost think that bridge probably would have been a better choice, to be honest, just because no one's practiced bridge, because no one really likes to play bridge. And underground, I think they just couldn't deliver, like you were saying, on underground being kind of a brute force fragging map, and they're just getting overwhelmed too often. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But one thing that I was really impressed with the new rule set, the 1 merc rule that we've done for this test cup, which is by no means set in stone right now, is we're starting to see that maybe a fragger isn't always required, right? Maybe that second fragger can be swapped out for a Skyhammer. I'm not saying that's for certain. Maybe some teams would have still preferred to have that second fragger, but watching what Outsider managed to do today with that Skyhammer kind of really brings it home that it's not set in stone yet. Strategies could change, and metas are going to change in future as well. But
yes,
Skyhammer, new fragger.
We actually have Dracis in here now from v586. Not sure if he's the official captain.
How you doing, man?
Hey. Doing good, I guess.
Hey, congrats. So first off, second cup in a row that your team took first place. Was this what you were expecting, and how are you feeling right now?
We're all feeling good. I think we're pretty happy. I think after the first map we were a bit like, oh shit, they can actually play. We didn't expect that to be so close because we set like such a good time on the attack. We were like, oh, this is gonna be really easy.
Hey, that's what we said too. But then they just
pushed us and wiped us like twice. And just planted, and we were like, what the fuck? So we had to step it up like a gear, and well, we played a lot better on the other maps, I would say.
Yeah. Do you know what went wrong for you on the that objective on Terminal?
I don't know, actually. I think we were just not synced. We had like 2 people dead, 3 alive, and then like 2 alive, 3 dead.
But it was a really good match to watch. It was amazing.
I can imagine. It was fun to play as well, actually. So really fun.
All right.
So I was going to ask how you feel your new pickups are working, because I know obviously you've probably only been playing with these guys for about a week, right?
I don't know, dude. I fucking hate Aura, to be honest. It's terrible.
I was talking about your teammates.
Well, I mean outside of Tom.
The teammates, it's like forcing me to play the Aura, so...
Oh, I see. So
I don't know, man. This fucking medic. Nah, I feel good. I'm really happy with the performance. Outsider obviously did really good with our airstrikes and stuff.
I think we missed out at the very end. I didn't personally check like the kills and deaths, but how are you actually finding Aura to play in competitive? Do you think it's still more of a necessity pick because of the rule? Would you still prefer to go on
it's all about a necessity because you can't do anything when the heal station is dead. You got low HP, you can't really do anything when the heal station is down, and the weapon it's okay, but...
No, I completely agree, but we have definitely, throughout this tournament, we've seen a couple of teams whose Aura has been totally outperforming the Sawbones in matches. I mean, Hollywood was just going ham with the shotgun on Aura.
Right,
yeah, and even Potty was doing a decent amount of work using the Aura. So do you still not think that as soon as this rule is reversed or another medic comes out, do you think Aura will be dropped?
I think nobody's going... some people are obviously going to play it, but most teams will drop it, probably. I just don't see the advantage. Sure, the healing station is good, but once it downs, and it dies so easy.
Yes,
you can't do anything for 20 seconds, you just feel useless. And you got only 8 HP, so if someone looks at you, you're dead pretty much.
Sneezes on you, there you are, dead.
So hard to win like a one-on-one.
Well, I know that we do have some splash damage folks in the chat, and again, this game is in closed beta still, so there's an opportunity to change these things around. But let's just talk about the general rule of 1 merc max per team. How do you feel about that? You voiced your opinion on how Aura is kind of, you're not liking her too much, but do you think that this is a good rule set, or would you prefer just unlimited picks?
I don't know, actually. I'm fine with if they could nerf, they could like the fragger, only 1 fragger right now, because there are so little mercs to pick between. Yeah. But once more mercs come out, I think it would be a lot more balanced with the 1 merc rule, because then you can actually build like your lineup, and now it's just you're being forced to pick these classes because there's nothing else viable.
Are you only saying this because Phoenix isn't in the game? Would you be
No,
saying
I don't like
mate?
Phoenix either. I really don't like Phoenix.
Phoenix can be a very awkward one to play. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I think Phoenix could probably do a little bit of both. I'd love him to be able to stack up 2 healing waves at a time, maybe.
Well,
but
if it's like
actually
a solo player medic, it's just you can't heal your mates.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up the Phoenix thing because in the Alpha Cups, I mean, I think you played in the Alpha Cup, right, Drasus? You and Bunga Bunga played with the EU mix. I know that some of the EU teams actually preferred Phoenix for some reason, just being able to be long range, shoot somebody, and then if they die, they can just self revive. And
I think it was the same back then. You had to we were mainly running a Sobons and a Aura actually, and then when we had to, we switched to Phoenix. I can't remember though. I think it was something like that.
But one thing that we've noticed a lot in this cup as well is the medic work has been basically on point for all teams that have been playing. It's just been the really deciding factor. In the previous cup, it was more about Fragger's grenades, but because the Gibbs weren't coming out, we were seeing a lot more medic action. And I think the reason why a Phoenix would probably be picked up now is because the Gibbs aren't coming out. It means that you can get that self-revive off at full HP and be able to revive the rest of your team. So I don't know. I wouldn't be calling time on Phoenix just yet.
No.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so how was Linkser? We heard last week Linkser was kind of shaking in his boots about playing. Is he feeling more confident today?
No, he's fucking still the same. I don't know. He says it's like, oh, I'm not nervous at all, blah, 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 but...
You can hear his teeth chattering.
Still,
right?
I think he's he thinks he's worse than he is. He's a really good player, but he keeps saying, "Oh, I'm so bad. I'm not playing good." Blah blah.
Oh no, he's very good.
Meanwhile, he's killing so many people, and he's doing really well.
If
he just got the mindset that he's actually good, he would do even better.
Just like outside with Skyhammer, Linkser is just basically showing that Bushwhacker's viable as well as the sniper.
Really strong.
We did see a new plant positioning underground. Had you practiced that?
Which one?
On the final objective, you had placed
No, we just went for it. I think
that's
Lynx
actually
was
I like that place. That is kind of sneaky.
Maybe he had some plan behind it, but I think it just was completely random. I have no idea actually.
Anyway,
it wasn't anything we planned.
It's been wonderful having you in for the interview. Very good luck for the future cups, and well played as always. GG, well played. And I think Fishsticks has got a few things he would like to say before we actually end this. Thanks everybody on the stream from me right now.
Absolutely. Congrats to v586 for taking another win. I just want to mention a couple things before we jump off here. I want to say thank you to Splash Damage for supporting us with this cup and future cups. A big shout out to Twitch, myself, I guess, for throwing this on the front page and promoting it that way as well. We also want to shout out some folks who helped make this possible. Pansy for the support, Pixel Twitch for uploading the content to YouTube and producing and helping in a lot of different ways. We want to thank JBP, JB, and Dat Fox who helped with the graphics for this event. Then we want to thank, of course, Raziel, Owen, and DirtyCups.gg for organizing the whole damn thing. And beyond that, just remember, folks, this is early on here for Dirty Bomb. We're trying to support this community, grow this community. So if you want to help support
somebody, we almost forgot somebody. Owen's just put it in chat.
Fat kid.
Sagan got fat kitted, and Owen as well.
Okay,
so Sagan on Road 2 has done an awful lot.
Shout outs to I have the mumble voice thing automatically talking to me. It's really distracting. But yes, thank you, of course, to Owen and Inferno, who also helped, and Sagan on Roids for all the help throughout this whole process. Again, this is by the community for the community. We're trying to support Dirty Bomb in its early stages, and your support means a lot to us, whether that's just watching the streams or tweeting the streams or going on Reddit and talking about the streams, as well direct support in the form of financials, which you can help out with by either subscribing to the channel with the big subscribe button below the stream, as well as if you scroll down, you'll see a donate button, and you can support us directly Again, that's going to go directly into the Dirty Cups in the future, whether that's prize pools or new technology or new hardware or paying the staff in some way eventually down the road. No matter what the case, it's definitely going in to supporting dirtycups.gg. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in above everything else, just showing your support that way. I've had a pleasure casting with everybody, and I think that's going to be it. And look out for news about the first real cup. It's not going to be a test. It's going to be the real thing. Look for that soon. Announced on dirtycups.gg and announced on Dirty Cup social media. With that said, I'm going to close out the stream unless Owen has one last thing to say. And that's going to be it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to call your mom if you haven't done that already. I know it's kind of late in Europe, but
oh, it's Mother's, no, it's Mother's Day is not today in Europe.
Oh, okay. It's not in Europe. All right. I don't know.
You can love your mom every day, man.
That's
every day is Mom's
true.
Day.
And on that note, we're gonna close it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Apparently, I have to say bye. So,
bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Much love.
Thanks everyone for tuning in as always. And see you guys next week.